So well, let's talk about your experience now with a traditional publisher. What advantages has that opened up for you that weren't available to you as an indie? And what's been your experience so far?
Yeah, so it's been really interesting. Where today's still, so my book is really geared towards appealing to people as an indie book. Everything from the title that spells out the premise to the cover, which is just a real. Which is very simple for the first book. It just shows the main character, and the description and things like that is really geared towards honestly selling well on Amazon specifically, and appealing to people through there. And so traditionally, it's kind of taken that, and as being traditionally published, I was surprised by how much more it bumped things up on Amazon specifically. So my rank was very steady and was very good as an indie author, where it was a bestseller rank of maybe like 1,000 to 1,500. In books, to where now it's under 500, 400, 300, sometimes just from that switch to traditional publisher. So just being nerdy a little bit on Amazon again, it opens up. You can apply for some additional categories, which allows it to be a bestseller in more than one category. It opens up that A+ page. And people do people do sometimes discount things, seeing that it's an independently published thing, and you can only go so far with that. And so it has opened things up on Amazon a lot. So it's really helped that. And then it's just, again, more, and honestly, it hasn't taken that same success and gone to bookstores, because that's a totally different, mechanism. And there's this whole machine of reviews and the library school journal and things like that, where it's this whole other world that, the way that they published it, it was just very quick, boom, 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 put it out there. And so it didn't get its day in the sun with that world. And so, it is available in bookstores, and it sells some copies there. It is available in libraries now, which I really like, which is really cool. And schools, I've gotten a lot more feedback from teachers and schools, which is really rewarding that way. So it has helped improve sales, but strangely enough, mostly on Amazon in my experience. And again, I think that's mostly because the book was designed specifically to appeal to audiences directly on Amazon. So just kind of amplified that. But they've been really great in helping out different avenues that I wouldn't have been able, or that I wouldn't have done myself. So an audiobook with a really great narrator. It's helping with foreign rights and things like that. And again, I found that it's easier to talk to schools and to get into places with that traditional publishing background. So, again, I still publish indie books. I still love it. And it's just a little bit of a different thing. And I plan on doing some traditional books, and going forward, I plan on, structuring even the way that I write and think about those books differently to appeal more to a traditional market.
In what way would you approach a book differently for the traditional market?
Yeah. So going back, for like I said, with Trapped in a Video Game, it's a very it tells you what the book is about right in the title. And with the traditional market, because that's the only way that you're going to get to people. People are scrolling through a thing, they see, oh, Trapped in a Video Game, okay, cool. With a traditional market, you get people selling your book for you, ideally, right? You get librarians, you have booksellers and things like that. And so those people, you don't need to like, wait, it's about a kid trapped in a video game. You can be a little bit more, artful with it. And same thing with the book. My book is, there's not a lot of deep themes in there, and it's a fun adventure book. There's some good lessons, some good themes, but honestly, like it doesn't have that stuff that those people that are reviewing the books are looking for. And I'm fine with that, because I know that I can write those kind of things. It's just not what I wanted when I was 10-year-old. So that's not what I put in Trapped in a Video Game. And so, making it a little bit more complex book, it'd probably be longer than 20,000 words. And adding, some and weaving themes through it, and a lot more character development and things like that to get people on board that are librarians and that are reviewers and things like that, to kind of work in that machine. I'm proud of Trapped in a Video Game. Like I love it. And it's something that teachers and parents, every feedback that I've gotten from them, they love, you know, and a lot of times it's like surprise love. Like I hate video games, and I thought I would hate this book, but it was a really fun book, and I really enjoyed it. And that was the goal of that book was, you know, it's called Trapped in a Video Game. And the goal was, if you think this book is going to appeal to you, I want it to be the very best version of that book to appeal to you. But in the traditional market, you're pitching to different people, and you can still be really, really fun and really, really enjoyable for kids, but you have to work extra hard to make it enjoyable for somebody who's a little bit more snotty and reviews books and is a gatekeeper. And, you know, I'm fine with that. And I'm excited to do things like that going forward. But, you know, for that's kind of how I'm approaching traditional books versus an indie book, which is I have a very specific audience in mind, and I'm writing very much towards that audience, so their parents will get it, and so that audience will